Thank you for clicking on and looking at the overview of the lessons. As in all lessons before, we will go through steps 1 through 5. In step 1, you will view a welcome video that just basically gives you a welcome from the little icon guy that has been on before. The second step is where you will actually practice your skills. In this case, it is going to just be familiarizing yourself with the irregular plural forms of irregular nouns. Alumnus becomes alumni, focus becomes foci or focuses, fungus becomes fungi or funguses. Either one is. It does tell you that the ending, you notice here, the US becomes an I. The US gets dropped, and then it becomes an I. Alumnus becomes alumni. And so this is basically some little sub-rules that some irregular nouns actually follow. So pay close attention to those because you will see them again. That is certain. Now, in step 3, the practice quiz, this is where it gets a little tricky, and you may be here because of the confusion that it caused. It gives you a little definition. It's an ESL website, as you can see. You can take the irregular noun spelling quiz by clicking on this. There's also, though, a list of other irregular nouns listed alphabetically rather than by rule. But for the test itself, you'll go to the irregular noun spelling quiz, and then it just basically tells you, do you in random order decrease or increase target score. It will set the number of times that you will need to type each word correctly to pass the test. So rather than do it twice, I would set it light, one time for each word, and then you start. And so we get watches, and what it wants you to do is what would be the singular form. Type that in, hit next, and it will basically give you then a message as to whether you were correct or incorrect. Now, let's go back to step 4. Again, this is an activity that you'll be using School Fusion for. You will go in to Fusion, look at underneath the message board, and you will click on irregular noun activity, and you'll add your message. You're going to use the singular and plural form of the irregular nouns. Basically, the example here says it all. This is the format you should have. Grouping was change US to I, as in alumnus and alumni. Use it in a sentence. Put in bold the two irregular nouns that you chose to use. And of course, then the last thing that we always do is our test, which will be graded and scored. You will get the auto score back on it so that you will know how you did. Again, as always, thank you for your attention, and email me with any questions that you may have.